trying to sort this out right now in my mind. What if I actually cared about my hair loss? No, I'm a Norwood 3.65 is what I'm going to identify as. I've got some thinning going on, but it doesn't bother me. But what if it did? Like, and those of you who have been here a while, you know that I don't care. You know that I do this to help you. You know I do this to make money. But I don't care about my hair loss. And it's hard to imagine a version of my life where I did care about my hair loss. Like, to be married, have 2 kids, be 36 and a half years old, and to have time, money, and energy to worry about losing my hair. Oh no, what's going to happen? I would not like that life. That life is not something I can identify. That's not part of my identity. My identity is to be someone who's always got the upper hand when it comes to hair loss. Maybe that's a good title for this video, having the upper hand on hair loss. I didn't mean for it to be, but now a minute into this video, maybe I should call it as having the upper hand on hair loss is part of my identity as a man. I never want to be a man who is controlled by something else. One of my favorite new songs is Master of Puppets by Metallica, because it's talking about someone who is a slave to this other idea or thing, and then ultimately in the end they realize that they're just going to keep being a slave, that they're not willing to overcome it. But I'm the opposite of that, because I'm willing to overcome anything that I want to overcome. And I've overcome my fear of hair loss. People who are victims fear change. People who choose to be victorious, like Nick Shell, I embrace change. That's why I'm so quick to say, yeah, call me a Norwood 4. I have a hair loss death wish. I'm ready to move on with my life. So it's part of my identity to be a guy who always wants to have the upper hand. I just feel that if either I control my hair loss or it controls me. And I know some people say, well, the way I want to control my hair loss is by keeping my hair. I want to take Propecia or get a hair transplant or do that. And that's cool if that's how you have an upper hand on your hair loss. But for me, it's my identity. I just can't control my hair loss if I'm trying to save my hair. For me, it's always about already identifying as someone who is on the way out as far as hair loss goes. So, but what if I actually cared about my hair loss? That would not be a life that I would, and I would imagine if I were the kind of guy, as a married man, 2 kids, 36 and a half years old, if I had time to care about hair loss, I'm not exaggerating, I wouldn't be as good as a husband, and I wouldn't be as good of a father. For me personally, I'm not saying other men, I'm saying me. Just because I know where to delegate all my mental energy. I know what to do with it, and I know where it needs to go. And I just don't have room in my life to worry about my hair. I have room in my life to make these videos to help other people, but only because it helps people and it makes me feel good, and then it helps my family financially. Especially right now, I'm unemployed. I'm unemployed right now. After working in the same place for over a decade, they shut down the doors for everybody. So especially, but can you see that, and can you understand why that's always an important part of this channel? That we're all individuals and we all deal with hair loss in different ways. And for some, their hair loss is a huge part of their identity. For me, well, I guess I could word it this way. My hair loss is a part of my identity. I identify as a guy who's losing his hair, slowly but surely. I identify as that. I'm not identifying as a guy who's trying to keep his hair. I think that's maybe the difference between me and a lot of people who watch my videos, in addition to the fact that I'm older and still have this much hair compared to younger guys who have less hair. But either way, you can learn from your elders. Even if I haven't suffered as much as you have, you can still learn from me mentally, because the whole concept of this channel is not how to save your hair, but how to overcome your hair loss psychologically. So how did I even get started on this? I said, oh, what if I actually cared about my hair loss? And then I unpacked things psychologically and showed you what I actually care about, and saying that I don't have time or energy where it would take away from my actual identity if I did care about hair loss. So see what you can do with that. As I've done this monologue today, how is maybe something I said kind of stuck with you? Because it really comes down to finding your own way to have an upper hand on hair loss, whether you're going to save your hair or whether you're going to say forget it. You know, it's all about finding a way to have an upper hand under hair loss.